need the whole left side. Every seat by the window, I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too, slide your feet over. Everything by this window, I need this. All these seats. Move over, thank you. Excuse me, thank you. Look. He deserve an EGOT, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, lethal weapons, lethal injections throughout your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady on the G. How are we looking today? Good morning, good, beautiful people. Welcome back. Day 3, we are here. Let me know if you can hear your boy. New day, new morning. It's a lot to get to. What's the word? Happy hump day. You know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is. Listen, we about to have a smoker right now, gang. We are about to have a smoker. Good morning. How we sounding out there? Let me know. Let me know. I think we sounding good, gang. It's a new setup. We might have some hiccups, but it's a new setup. Let me know if I'm too loud or too low or this, that, and the third. But guess what? Day 3 of this, that, and the third is upon us, gang. It's a lot going on. Let me see who in the building. Let me see who in this building. Sagittarius Girly, the first one in the building. Anja. Am I saying this right? Oh, AJ from The Shiny. Good looking. Regal Love in the building. Toy. Sharon Tucker. Rizzo. I'll just say this. Salute, I'll just say this. I want to do some work with you too. Mike Lyons Official. LYMB, I think I got that right. CNI in the building. Listen, man, Young Money in the building. Tiff. Andrea. It's going to get crazy. It's a lot going on, gang. It's a lot to talk about. I don't know, man. Let me know if it sounds good, gang. We got a whole new setup, whole new look. Shouldn't be no whole lot of tomfoolery today. All right. We wilding out today because there's so much going on. Right? Mem in the building, Asia Scott, Tristan, bro, Souza in the building. It's too much to get to, but I'm going to try to get to it all. Because what I'm seeing now is a lot of tomfoolery. A lot of tomfoolery. I got a lot of clips to play you, gang. But the reason we still playing these clips from, we still getting clips because people are still crashing out. All right? People still crashing out. Welcome to the 8 a.m. This, that, and the third morning show. Another day, another dollar, gang. People are crashing out bad. Still crashing out bad. Because one freestyle, right? And Toy said, wrong jersey today, go Knicks. Listen, man, I'm a DC boy, man. This is what we do. DC, them skinny skins, or those, I mean, we can say the Wizards if you want. It is what it is. But I'm a Commanders guy. What's going on, gang? We gotta get to this. We gotta get to this, gang. I can't let this go no further. It's a lot going on, and I know you see in the title it says Lil Wayne gotta go. That's a whole different thing, right? That I do want to get to because Lil Wayne, they wrote an article on Hot New Hip Hop that I do want to get to, an editorial, that Lil Wayne doesn't pick his own music anymore. Someone picks Wayne's music for the albums. He said they pick the music and it just goes out. And I'm thinking if you're a rapper letting other people pick what songs you put out, it might be time for you to pack it up, okay? So we're going to get to that later, but there's so much going on. There's so much going on. Let me make sure I sound right. It sounds like I'm sounding good. So I'm gonna keep it pushing, right? Any more shouts out I gotta do? Miss Noel, right? It's a lot going on. So listen, man, let's get started. East Coast time. East Coast time. Let's get started. What I'm seeing right now is a lot of man babies, gang. They are really in their feelings about this Jay-Z freestyle. And I want to discuss this because it shouldn't be this hard for these grown men to adapt to change. We just saw, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Dame Dash, Dame Dummy ran his ass over to the Art of Dialogue with on a day's notice, gang. You got to think he already Art put the video up of Dame Dash Dog and Jay-Z. Already got him in a whole, I think it's an hour-long video where Dame Dash is already dogging Jay-Z, and it only took him 2 days to get Dame Dash to sit down on the couch. So Dame Dash was locked and loaded. Now, I want to talk to this. I want to play this clip of Dame Dash. But I need y'all to understand first before we go any further how down bad Dame Dash is right now. Dame Dash is so down bad that at a drop of a hat, he was mentioned in the freestyle, and it wasn't that much in there about him. But Dame Dash was mentioned in the freestyle by Jay-Z, and within hours had to be contacted and said yes, drop whatever little bit of stuff he got going on to get paid yet again to talk about Jay-Z. And he went on a full tirade, this time talking about his breath and his hair and everything else. Went on to say that he could beat Jay-Z in a rap battle. He said he would get on stage, gang. I'm not making this up. I can't make this up. Dame Dash said he would beat Jay-Z in a rap battle. This is how cooked Dame Dash is at this point. He starts to talk about if Jay-Z wore his hair like that back in the 90s. I told you Dame Dash is stuck in the 90s. He said if Jay-Z wore his hair like that in the 90s, I never would have signed him. Well, gang, you didn't sign him. So let's just start there. You didn't sign him, Dame. You guys had a partnership, and he carried your ass into the industry because you haven't made another HOV yet. We're still waiting. But Dame Dash goes on to say if he would have wore those clothes and if he would have had that hairstyle, he wouldn't have made it in the 90s. Well, somebody let Dame know it's not the 90s. Okay, Dame Dash? It's not the 90s, my guy. It is 100% 2026. You guys got to understand, Dame Dash hasn't been in business with Jay-Z for about damn near almost 30 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's 20-something years that Dame Dash hasn't been in business with Jay-Z. I think Dame Dash and Jay-Z had one cordial moment in these past 25 years. Jay went and I remember the picture of Dame Dash and Jay-Z shaking hands backstage somewhere smiling. And that was probably 10 years ago. I don't know when it was. Dame Dash has no contact with Jay-Z. None. But he's up there as the authority on Jay-Z, right? He's up there as the authority on Jay-Z, right? What did he say, 30 years? 30 years? Let me get this comment up there. Toy Toy said, it's been 30 years since Rockefeller broke up. 30 years, guys. But somehow, some way, Dame Dash is the authority on Jay-Z. This is what we've come to. And the simple fact of the matter is, he's still trying to tell us what Jay-Z got going on, right? 2004 is 30 years ago. But the go-to guy for Jay-Z has become the default go-to guy to trash Jay-Z is Dame Dash. He's up there telling us what Jay-Z should wear to his show at Madison Square Garden. He wants him to get a Caesar cut. He don't like the afro. Under no circumstances does Dame Dash want Jay-Z to wear that afro. He said he's embarrassed for Jay-Z's afro. I'm going to play the clip. But he's embarrassed for Jay-Z wearing that afro. And he hopes and prays that he gets a Caesar, right? He wants Jay in a Caesar. And he wants he wants him to rock some Timberland boots and a Yankee fitted cock to the side, like it's 1999. This is what Dame Dash wants. And if he doesn't, he's going to clown him. Then he goes on to say, it's easier for Drake to beat Jay-Z than Drake to beat Kendrick. Gang, they're spiraling out of control. These narratives are getting crazy. And every single one of these guys who feels a way that's trying to get out in front of this, they're all saying this. That's the narrative, that it's easy for it's easy for Drake to beat Jay-Z. Jay-Z's an easier matchup. This is coming straight from the other side, gang. This is what's going on, right? But we gotta still be here, gang. We still around, Dame. We kind of remember some shit. All right? And Dame is trying to tell us that somehow, some way, he knows better for Jay. He feels that he's embarrassed for Jay because Jay-Z came out, and the reason he's rapping because he's broke. And he feels like the only reason Jay brought his name up, right? Even though these guys have been going back and forth for years. Jay has said lines about Dame for years, right? Remember Lucky? Remember on Blueprint 3, he said Lucky Lefty, right? He said, how's the wife? Something to that effect about how's the missus to some degree. Lucky Lefty is what they call Dame Dash. That was Blueprint 3 is damn near, goddamn, what? Oh, what? 3? I don't know, 06. Dame Dash and not 06, it's like 09, some shit like that, right? Jay has been throwing shots at Dame for years. He hasn't outright dissed him, but he's been throwing shots at Dame for years. So they've been throwing shots back and forth. So now Dame is trying to make this little freestyle that Jay-Z is broke. That's why he has to mention him, because he now needs money and he has to work. And Dame Dash's mind state is that the only reason Jay took to that stage is because he's in need of money, and he has to mention Dame Dash. Gang, it's delusion at its finest. You've never seen nothing like this. You've never seen a man so delusional that he's the hero and the villain of his own story. This is what Dame Dash got going on. I hope you guys had your coffee, right? I hope you had your coffee. It's too early for some of this, gang. PNW said there was a poll about who would win a battle, Jay or Drake. 18% said Drake. That's about right. That's about Drake's fan base. 18% of hip hop. That sounds about right. But you got to understand. Then now imagine this. Dame is saying that Drake could beat him. Akademiks is saying that Drake could beat him. There are several people saying that Drake could beat him, but at the same time, they're saying to not battle him because it won't be worth it. The culture won't let you win. So why did he take the shots in the first place? You might ask yourself. And in the second place, you might ask yourself, if it's so easy to beat him, then just beat him, right? In their mind, some way, somehow, it's easy. It'll be an easy W. I'm here to tell you guys, he don't have the bars to deal with this guy. He don't have the bars to deal with this guy. And I'm getting a little weirded out by this newer generation. Because it's like the newer generation, their narratives are getting really crazy, right? And I get it. They weren't there. They don't know. We don't expect them to know everything. But gang, and I get it. You're supposed to question everything and be skeptical. But this new generation, gang, you can't tell them anything historic. They don't want to hear it. They're rewriting Jay's history, everybody's history. Right now, you'll tell them, they'll go to Google. They'll read it. They'll get the exact wording of what happened, who did what, and then they'll go and redefine and redesign the whole narrative. Times have changed, and they don't look at things the way we used to. And the things that we used to revere, they're looking at it like, I don't think that was all that cool, right? So now they're questioning everything from the 90s, 2000s, everything that this man did for 30 years just because of the freestyle. It's getting weird, right? It's getting crazy. And this is what we're fighting, gang. We're fighting to just keep history. We're in a nation, we're in an era, right, where we got an administration that pretty much does the same thing. I'm gonna get to that super chat, Sosa. Appreciate you for that super chat. Soldier said, much love, chat. Salute, Challz. What's good? Soldier, I appreciate you for that super chat. Listen, we're fighting an uphill battle. Because not only do we have the bubble bath rappers fans creating narratives, we got Akademiks, gang Akademiks. I don't know if this guy has slept. This guy has been full on in a uproar for 72 hours or more every day about Jay-Z. Did he forget that he was beefing with Charlemagne? He was supposed to take, guys, do you remember Akademiks was supposed to take out Charlemagne before the freestyle happened? Akademiks has sworn to destroy Charlemagne. And then Jay did one freestyle, the whole game upside down. They're still talking about this freestyle. They've been talking about this man's hair, right? Flacco did a whole video. He's talking about Dame Dash, and in the video, he's doubting Jay's hair is real because Lauren LaRosa talked to Jay's stylist. And he's like, if you got to talk to the stylist, that means you're trying to hide something. This is Flacco's logic. If you're doing videos with Jay's stylist, that tells me the hair isn't real, right? This is the logic, gang. This is what we up against, gang. He starts it out by saying, I've talked to people and they've said that you can comb out the braids, right? Certain people have actually said that you can comb out the braids and make an afro. Oh yeah, Flacco, you got some credible sources? You got some credible sources that you can comb out braids and wash it and blow it out into an afro? Oh, good for you, Flacco, right? Good for you. The crazy thing is, right, a lot of people are running with that because you got to understand. Rest in peace, Peebo Bryson, too. Salute Young Money for the super chat. R.I.P. Peebo Bryson. That guy was a legend. He sang Beauty and the Beast. He sang a lot of stuff. Some black classics. He's a classic black singer, and he's in a lot of Disney movies singing. He might be in Aladdin, too. R.I.P. to a legendary artist. Salute to Peebo Bryson. I believe he's a Grammy winner and this, that, and the third. So definitely salute to Peebo Bryson. All right, R.I.P. But this is the narrative they're running with. They're running Oskino. They're all talking about. You got to think this guy roasted these guys so bad. They're going to talking about his looks. That's how inadequate they are. That's how inadequate they are. And just really quick correction. Some people were saying happy birthday to me yesterday. It wasn't my birthday. It was Nasir's birthday. And I said happy birthday, Nasir. So guys, it was not my birthday yesterday. I saw a couple comments on the video. It's not my birthday. All right. Appreciate the well wishes though. My birthday will be I'm a Virgo. It will be in September. All right. So end of the day, these guys are trying to tear him down off his looks because they ain't got nothing for him. Dame Dash talking about he'll battle him, right? Oskino is a rapper who haven't said one rap yet, right? And we got Akademiks crashing out. It's more than 72 hours at this point. All of this over freestyle. They've had so many think pieces, right? That they've spun this thing every kind of way. They spun it if Drake battles him. They've spun it if he don't battle him. They've spun it if Jay-Z's too old to even say these things. They've spun it now that he's broke. His hair's a wig. They still haven't stopped the culture from saying don't play with him. And it's still 1,000 people saying this verse was crazy. They're spinning this thing a million ways upside down until they can get it to where somehow this thing doesn't matter, right? Dame Dash is trying to make it like this guy is sad to even be rapping about anything, right? And I told y'all, now people starting to realize there's an album coming. Jay tried to like, I'm going to say throw us off the scent because I did a video probably 6 months ago, more than that Jay was working on new music. And Jay tried to tell us in that interview with Fraser Tharp that he has been working in the studio, but it's all trash. He said, I got music. I have been making some music, but it's all trash. Damon said, take off that Redskin jersey. This Commanders game. This Commanders. And you know we're a problem. You know we're a problem. But listen, they're trying to figure out 100 ways to discredit this man. Like I said, he is working on music. I don't know who's producing, but I do know Young Guru is going to be engineering, and I don't know what he's getting into, but this guy been planning this for a while. That's why he changed his name, the format of the name on YouTube, and he got the he trademarked some stuff, and he's just cleaning up his page because he's about to drop some new stuff. And the funny thing is, we're talking more about Jay-Z's freestyle than we are the 42 tracks on Iceman. Right? Had somebody in my comments yesterday, oh, bro, you tripping, Shebang is getting motion on the streets. And what's the other one? Janice STFU. Was that you, Young Money? Somebody in my comments was saying it's getting motion on the streets. This guy dropped 43 songs, gang. And everybody's talking about Jay-Z. That's messing up your rollout. And they try to say that homeboy would easily take out Jay. That's wishful thinking. And they're trying to make sports analogies that he's rusty, right? They're like, HOV gotta be rusty, as opposed to what? As opposed to what? Oh, Drake is sharp as attack. What we talking about? Talk to me. Talk to me, gang. What are we doing? Because I told you I wasn't impressed with none of the disses on there. But HOV heard him and he responded. Now, what they're trying to say is the new narrative is don't respond because then you're going to lose. Well, he started it, gang. You got to understand, HOV was minding his business, trying to stay out of shit. HOV was trying to tell us we was past battle rap. Remember that, right? HOV was trying to mind his business. And then Drake came at him. But it sounds good when nobody responding. Those disses he does, they sound good when nobody answers back. They sound amazing, right? It sounds awesome. But then when somebody responds, it's, oh, don't engage. That's the new thing right now. Don't engage. You can't win. Don't engage them. It's gonna backfire because they're not gonna give you a fair one, right? This is where we're at with this, and this is what they want you to believe. But what we're gonna do, right? I wanna play this. I want you to. You gotta hear this. You got to hear this Dame Dash. I want you to hear this. Because Dame Dummy, once again, we're here, right? And I'm going to link this up. You got to hear this clip for those that don't hear it, haven't heard it, because it's such nonsense. This is where we are with this. Foolishness, right? Foolishness, gang. So let me pull up this clip. Because we're in a world where people can just do and say anything, right? They can just do and say anything. Let me get to this thing, man. Right there. So I want y'all to see this Dame Dash nonsense, right? All right. Let me lock this in real quick. First things first. Let's get to the Dame clip. The Dame clip is right here. I want to play this because I feel like it adds to the story once you hear what this guy is saying. So let me do this. I know it's gonna be tough. I know it's gonna suck. But you gotta hear this, and we're gonna have a conversation.
I would prefer the version of Jay that would have said something more clever. And that's not the version of Jay that I would have ever signed. And I felt bad because I was like, it must be embarrassing for him to now have to be on that stage, not the same version of himself, and still have to work at that age because he has to. So that was the brother in me, like, damn, I know that because I know him, that when we were younger, when he was this age, he hated talking to people and doing all. He was retiring since Reasonable Doubt. For him to have to come outside 20 years later, I just know, I just felt kind of like embarrassed for him a little bit because we all know him. And then the funny nigga in me, I couldn't even hear the lyrics because the hairstyle was crazy. And I was like, why would they let him come outside like that? Like, I'm gonna, because to me it's like that shit is funny, and there should be jokes for that hairstyle. And if like everyone around him that loves him didn't laugh and be like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm like, why would he do that? Like, we want to see, and I'm gonna tell, because I still care about JJ. When you do Yankee Stadium, I need you to get a fade, not a fade, a Caesar. I need you to put the Yankee hat on and do the thing to the side. That's what we want to see. We want to see chuckers. We want to see some jewelry. We don't want to see this version of you. I know I don't. That version of The Rock was painful and hard to look at.
This nigga sagging.
Pause. So, almost like we don't have direct conversation, but I do feel like if I'm not around, he's not relevant. I feel like that's the reason why they have to bring my name up all the time.
Yikes.
I thought that rap was it was bad. It was terrible. Even the way he projects, because again, I'm critiquing him from where he was and where he is. And then I'm like, damn, like, like, why are you trying to make people look like at the outline of you and not directly at you? Why do they keep putting you in these funny hairstyles? And who is it? What version of this would have sold if Jay would have came out in that stupid ass hairstyle with them dull clothes with nothing shiny?
Wow.
In 90, in 2096 when we were coming out, would that have been the one that you would have been a fan of?
What we doing?
And then he's getting at Drake. And I don't think Drake can beat Kendrick, but I know Drake can beat Jay.
Gang, I don't know if you heard all that, right? I don't know if you heard all that nonsense. But I heard it. And I'm going to recap how silly that was. How ridiculous Dame Dash sounds. Now, you got to understand. They dragged Dame Dash out for that. Arts over at Art of Dialogue. Salute to Art of Dialogue. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. He right on it, right? He right on it. He got Dame's number. It's a moment in time. A golden opportunity. He got Dame's number. Hit him up. Yo, Dame, you got say less. Dame like say less. He didn't even get the words out. Say less, right? But Dame, you sitting there talking about a man that you're saying he's not relevant unless he's talking about you. But I don't see Dame. I don't see Jay on nobody's podcast talking about you. I see you on everybody's podcast talking about him. It's insane to me. You sat there and said you wouldn't have signed him. like Jay's 50-something, my guy. Jay-Z been doing Jay-Z for over 35 years. I don't know if he's looking for your approval of how we should dress. You got to realize Dame is wearing his own, the stuff he's wearing, this is his own design. CEO, he just slaps the word CEO on everything, and now it's fly to him. That's Dame's idea of fly, right? So we're seeing a guy that thinks him slapping his own stuff on makes him fly, right? Salute to Yakovich. The anti-blackness is going crazy. Let's talk about the hair. Let's talk about the afro. I thought this shit was dope. I think it's time for us to remind people who we are with these afros, right? This is super black. This is who we are. I don't know why. This is the new generation we're in, gang. And Dame is from the old generation, but we're in a generation where they're questioning why he even wore it. And Dame is feeding right into it. It's a powerful. First of all, in the 70s and the 80s, that was a powerful haircut. You wore an afro as a show of power. That was one of our most powerful statements. They used to wouldn't let you work places if you had one, because it meant you were pro-black and you were showing pro-blackness. So to clown an afro is you're clowning blackness. It's silly. But Dame Dash ain't never been a pro-black person in the first place, right? Didn't Dame Dash put a champagne down the girl's behind on the yacht and never had a regret about it? Never thought anything was wrong with it, right? So we're looking at a guy whose whole life has been about material things. And Jay-Z clowned, he didn't even really clown him. He said, their teeth falling out of their mouth and somehow I'm to blame. It's a murder mystery, gang. This is what Jay said. Now that whole interview, Dame just did a hour-long interview with Art and never discussed nothing of substance, right? He discussed Jay's hair. He discussed Jay's clothes. He discussed Jay's breath. He discussed that Jay don't like talking to people. Well, a lot of people don't like talking to people. I don't like talking to people. What would that mean, right? So it's a lot going on when you listen to Dame. It's nothing of substance in there, right? And I don't have no problem with Oskino, but Oskino's peddling this thing that it's a wig, right? Why would a grown man come out there with a wig? He just would have left the braids, right? And then Akademiks is jumping on this. So everything is like, we're gonna discredit this man because we really ain't got nothing for him. You can't out money talking, which Dame wants to do desperately, but Dame is in a lot of debt. Dame owes millions. He owes millions. Child support, taxes, lawsuits that he's lost, all of them. He lost every lawsuit against him, every single one, except the ones that's still in litigation. They're about to lose those. So for Dame to sit down, you got to think he's getting paid. And the one thing that gets him paid is talking about Jay-Z. So the man said one line about you and you went off for an hour, right? You went off for a whole hour on the man, all right? So all of that stuff you're spitting is irrelevant, and we see through it. Dame, it don't make no sense to actually listen to Dame Dash at this point. It's an old man that's bitter and still talking about the 90s, who he would have signed, this, that, and the third. All right? I'm going to get off Dame because that took way too long to be talking about Dame Dash. There's no reason to talk about Dame Dash that long for no reason. But the whole story don't stop. We got to get to Maul of Rory and Maul, because Maul says he's choosing Drake. Mind you, Maul's lineage goes way back with HOV. Maul's brother is part of that HOV lineage, that Rockefeller lineage. Okay? Maul's brother works with HOV. Maul is probably half of the reason he's in the situations he's been in is because of his allegiance with Jay-Z. But for some reason, Maul has decided he is going to side with Drake if the shit hits the fan, right? So I'm gonna play this little clip. I know, guys, I know. But I'm gonna play this little clip of Maul just so you guys can hear it. Just so you guys can hear it, right? I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this just for me, because it's insanity, right? It's kind of crazy. So we're going to play this real quick and have this conversation, all right? Bear with me. I know. I'm going to play it anyway. I know you guys don't want to hear it, but I'm going to play it anyway. Let's get it.
All right.
Oh my God.
I've defended you for so long. Things are misunderstood. Y'all don't understand.
I gotta ride with my man.
I even explain certain things to fans.
It's my man.
That looks like you don't understand. How would you feel?
Listen, HOV is big, bro. But I'm just saying, in a frilly little fade with my man, I gotta go with my man, dog.
Wow.
I gotta go with my man. It ain't gonna be nothing. It ain't getting physical. It ain't none of that. But if it's a frilly fade and my man versus big, bro.
Yo,
listen, man. It gotta go down.
Let me get this camera. Biggs, I'm your little brother now. I'm your little brother now.
I'm the captain.
I'm your little brother now.
I gotta go with my man.
I'm your little brother now.
I gotta go with my man.
Call your sister, bro.
I
That's
gotta
insane.
go with my Yates. I gotta go with my man, B. Jay is big bro. That's big bro. That's family. We
You
know
know
that.
why though? But let me
But
tell
my
you.
man,
No, but
That's crazy.
let's really dig into some shit. Like, let's really be real here. And the reason why Maul is picking the side that he's picking, because he noticed that his family won't disown him if he don't pick his family side.
disown me. Can't nobody disown me. You talking about?
His family loves him.
And I love, and I love my family.
And
yeah.
won't disown him if
But
he
if
picks
it's
his friend's
if
side.
my man, like, yo, listen, big bro want to go in the streets to catch a fade, and that's my man. I'm like, big bro hit hard as shit, yo. But come on, man.
Oh, wait.
I got a root for my man.
Damaris, you're not seeing it.
I got a root for my man.
You surprised me with this one.
It's a friendly fade. This ain't gonna get like this. Ain't no beef. It's a friendly fade.
I don't want to snitch on him, but I see the play and I respect it. Remember when Kendrick said, "You never thought OVO was working for me"? Maul's gonna pretend to be on Drake's side and be running that shit right back to HOV.
Word. You don't think
100%.
You don't think HOV got like better molds? Like
All right, that's enough for that. I just wanted you guys to hear, right? I just wanted you guys to hear what's actually going on over on that side, right? I just needed you guys to hear that. Just to understand the level of idiocy that is transparent or transpiring over there on the other side. You're going to go against Jay. Your brother is Biggs, right? That's the family. But it's that far gone that we're doing this. This is where we are with this, where you're going to choose Drake, who, by the way, has half of the lineage of this other side. But you're going to do it. It is what he's saying. It's a friendly fade. Let's process what's going on. The allegiance, I can't even explain how the allegiance got here. Like, explain where you shift allegiances from family to this guy. A bunch of late night phone calls? Like, what are we talking about? What's going on? What are we doing? Make this stuff make sense. But it can't make no sense because people have lost their minds. People have lost all sense of what's going on, right? PJ the Hustler, you said it right. D-riding against your own family is crazy. I think we're reaching a point where people's alliances, they're for sale. And whoever's doing more for you at the time, that's who you're riding with. I'm seeing a lot of people aligning with your boy Drake over Jay that just honestly don't make no sense. It's on. I've been seeing them online. I've been seeing a couple commentators and just different people who got no business making this a conversation. But here we are. Here we are, gang. I see you, Poison Ivy, in the building. We got a lot of people in the building. I appreciate you. We pushing 400 in the chat. Thank y'all for tuning in. And this is the third morning show episode. I hope it ran 10 times smoother than the other two. I feel like we cooking now. You gotta break a couple eggs to make an omelet, and I feel like we cooking now. All right. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention that Maul is standing on that side against HOV. The man who damn near raised him, gang. It's weird. It's crazy. And I ain't got much else to say about that, gang. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys tuning in and sticking through that whole shenanigan of a clip, but that's where we are. All right. They're spiraling in real time. Homeboy did a video. I posted it. He did a cool video about the whole thing with Jay-Z and Kanye and these guys that Jay-Z dissed. A dude called The Whisperer. He got a little AI video that was kind of cool. He put all the rappers in it. Nicki, Jay, Drake. I thought it was interesting. I ain't posted it on my Twitter. Check it out if you get a chance, right? Let me see what's up with these super chats. Jay Carrington said Maul feels like that because of the 25,000 times he has been around. I'm sorry, the 2,500 times he has been around Jay, and Jay never spoke to him. I'm sure that's what it is. He was a little dude, man. He was just Big's little brother. He wasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he spoke to him. I'm sure he spoke to him some degree. Let me see what else going on before we get to the last subject. It's absolutely insane, gang. I'm just going to be honest. It's absolutely insane. But this is the subject that got me going, and I want to talk about this one. I definitely want to talk about this one right here. This is the one that is the most interesting to me. I know a lot of you don't know this story, but I'm gonna talk about this story because I found it to be very interesting, and I want to discuss it. The Carter, Lil Wayne. I don't know if you guys know, but Lil Wayne is talking about they're about to release the Carter 7. I don't know if you guys know this or not. They're allegedly about to release the Carter 7. And Lil Wayne did an interview. And in that interview, he said that he doesn't even pick the music for the albums, gang. I'm going to read this and we're going to process this. But this article is on Hot New Hip Hop, and it's called "It's About Time Lil Wayne Retires the Carter Series" by Aaron A. I meant to get to this a few days ago, right? But it's astonishing to me to hear this. I'm going to read it. It is an editorial over there on Hot New Hip Hop. I advise you, I mean, not advise, but I recommend, okay, you give it a listen, a read, or you can just listen to me read it. All right, here we go. It's about time Lil Wayne retires the Carter series, right? The Carter used to document Lil Wayne's evolution. Now it exists to preserve a legacy that already cemented itself over a decade ago. The 2009 documentary The Carter provides a rare and incredibly compelling look into Lil Wayne's creative world. It is as intimate as we've ever seen Wayne and probably ever will. Through the lens of Adam Bilal, the documentary captured one of the most important runs in hip-hop history. Wayne breaking the barrier between underground rap and mainstream dominance in the midst of a tech takeover while hoisting the YMCMB flag high enough to become the self-proclaimed greatest rapper alive. And quite frankly, he earned that title. By the time the Carter 3 arrived, Wayne had already reshaped rap music in real time. Leaks became unofficial mixtapes. Freestyles became catalog staples. He flooded the internet with music at a pace that felt impossible, while somehow making his commercial appeal even stronger. With that in mind, No Ceilings felt less like a mixtape than a victory lap. But not everything needs to continue for posterity's sake. The Carter documented a defining moment in Wayne's evolution as an artist. The Carter and the Carter 2 carried the hunger of someone trying to ascend into rap royalty. The Carter 3 confirmed he made it. Even the Carter 4 worked as a welcome back victory after prison. But everything afterward feels increasingly defined by lore rather than legacy. The Carter 5 became weighed down by years of anticipation, while the Carter 6 already feels like a forgotten installment in one of rap's important album series. Unfortunately, it might be that time Lil Wayne retires the Carter. During a recent interview with Barstool Sports, Wayne teased new music, including the Carter 7. But the most revealing part wasn't the announcement itself. It was the fact that Wayne openly admitted he's barely involved in shaping these albums at all. Quote, "The Carter 7 is coming soon. I'm not sure if we're going to just name my next album the Carter 7. What they do is they grab a bunch of songs and they put a title on them like, this is the Carter 7. And that's the problem in a nutshell. What once felt like milestones in Wayne's artistic progression now feels like branding applied to loose collections of songs. The Carter used to document evolution. Now it exists to preserve a legacy that already cemented itself over a decade ago. Gang, listen. I don't know if you were following everything I just said. I don't know. I don't know if it's relevant. I don't know. But I just heard a man say, and I'm eager to see in the comments. I'm eager to see in the comments what you guys think. I just heard one of the greatest rappers alive say they just grab a collection of songs and slap a title on it. Gang, that's going to be your Carter 7. Wayne doesn't know what not to say out loud. First of all, who is they? Who is they? Who is listening to Wayne's songs and slapping the title on it for Wayne? This is absurd. Wayne is 40. Let me find out how old is Lil Wayne. I know, but I don't remember. And I keep doing this because I keep forgetting. I was going to say 43. Lil Wayne allegedly is 43. Wayne is using teleprompters to remember his lyrics, which is whatever. But people tune into Wayne, and mind you, when that Carter 6 dropped, they were defending that thing tooth and nail. That thing was trash. And now we know why. He has nothing to do with it. Wayne is just making a bunch of music and sticking it on a hard drive. Someone, this mysterious they, is going in and selecting that music. This mysterious they is picking out the songs for Wayne and slapping titles on it. So those mixtapes and these new albums that he's getting, they're not thought out by Wayne to tell you a story. When that Carter 6 dropped, I did a video on how bad it was. And I said, I can whittle this. I think it was 17 tracks, something like that. I said I had to whittle this thing down to 7 songs to make it listenable and to make it good. I figured out 7 records. They could drop all the other filler, put them 7 records in a certain order, and that would have been a dope project. I figured out how to make 7 records good. Whoever took their time to pick those 17 tracks did an awful job. But the story is, why would you have someone picking out tracks for Lil Wayne? Where he's basically saying he don't even know what they're going to call it. He said you might get the Carter 7. You might get the Carter 7. If they, whoever the mysterious they is, decides to call it that. Gang, I don't know what is happening. But that's a legend in this business. That's telling you he doesn't decide what songs go on his albums. and he doesn't know what the albums are going to be named. Something's going on, gang. Something's going on. Lil Wayne doesn't know that. That's not okay. That's not okay, Wayne, to tell us. And I think they might need to keep Lil Wayne from doing some interviews for a while. Because hip-hop got certain rules, and I'm sure some of them are unwritten, and some of them ain't even been said. Some of them ain't even been said. But I'm going to go on a limb and say one of the unwritten rules is you got to actually choose the records that you put on your album. And you got to actually choose the title of your album. I'm sure those are part of the game. Part of the game. So Wayne isn't even aware of what they're going to name this thing. And you guys are going to get all up in your feelings when it drops. And people start saying, it ain't it. You guys are going to go nuts. Not the people in this chat, apparently. But his fans are going to go nuts when it gets criticized. And it will get criticized. And I see a couple people in the chat saying they feel bad for his daughter for the secondhand embarrassment. She's going to have to come out and defend this too. And it's going to be a real serious, tough task. It's going to be a tough task to defend this album now that we know he has zero to do with it. We don't even know what direction you can even take a random stack of songs. At this point, they can just throw out anything. They can do a triple CD like Drake did, which they probably will. This is not good to hear, Wayne. This sounds like a man that's on the verge of everything is just going to wrap up. Just great, wrap it up. Not on purpose. It might be time to just wrap it up. Now he's still writing. He just did that feature. He did that feature with Corday last year, which we said was good collectively. I think we liked it. He did another feature. Right around the time we were saying the Carter 6 was trash. Somebody did another feature with him that people were saying it was good. Can't remember with who. Somebody could tell me in the comments what that feature was, because right around the time of the Carter 6, somebody dropped their feature with him, and the feature was good. Even the guys that remixed the gang, like there were the producers. I think Curtis King remixed Peanuts to an Elephant, arguably the worst song on the entire album, right? Salute to my guy Lin-Manuel Miranda, who created the masterpiece Hamilton. Well, he made a beat for Wayne and said, Wayne, you don't have to use it. I'm just going to email it to you. If you like it, use it. Wayne, being gracious, rapped over it. It had an elephant. It had an elephant in it, and this, that, and the third. Wayne still thought it was a good idea. It was a keyboard, what we used to call Casio beat. Remember the Casio keyboards? We used to call Swizz beats. Those Casio beats, the little electronic keyboards. Well, it was my first Fisher Price beat. Boom, 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 right? It was like probably one of his beats he first ever made, gave it to Wayne, and Wayne graciously rapped over it. Well, it was one of the worst songs on the album. We all agree. But somebody, I think it was Curtis King and somebody else, remixed it, and it sounded tough. So he still can spit. Once they got the timing and they put a dope beat behind the bars, they weren't so bad anymore, right? So he still can spit. But if he's not picking these songs, I'm kind of thinking he might not be picking the beats either. He's just a wind-up dog. You just wind him up and let him go, and he just starts rapping. He might not even be making hooks. Like Wayne just might be rapping. So at this point, what are we getting? Just a talking head, a wind-up dog? that just spits out raps. He has zero control over the album, zero creative control, apparently. Right? Remember Tupac used to make all them songs? Right? 100 songs, all these songs. Maybe that's where Wayne is at, just making songs. He's not, maybe Wayne has turned over all control outside of just rapping. You know how artists say, I don't want to deal with the industry stuff. I don't want to deal with the business side. I just want to make good music. So maybe Wayne has decided he's at a point in his life, he just wants to make music and not sit. Because somebody is now able to, and I don't even know, that means his paperwork might be in jeopardy and somebody might have their hand in his pocket. But somebody is able to take all of Wayne's songs, who the mysterious they is, and pick through and decide for Wayne the title of the album, the track list order, and the actual content that goes on there. That is egregious. If you're not in control of that, then you might as well keep it. At that point, you're being pupperized. That's an industry. At this point, that's some industry shit. I'm just going to be honest. Somebody is doing that to keep his name relevant in the industry, and they're getting paid to do so. As a culture, we can't jack this. We can't jack this, gang. End of the day, it looks like Wayne gotta explain this or pack it up. Because maybe it'll be dope, but the Carter 7 gonna be picked by someone else that we don't know and laid out for us to consume, and to be in his legacy, this is gonna count as a Wayne. I'm not jacking it, gang. That's it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Mimi said I'm the weird one, but I like the Elephant song. Then again, I like Mimi. It's nothing wrong with liking the record. It's nothing wrong. I heard quite a few people come out and say that they liked it. It's nothing wrong, Mimi. You're not weird. All right, we're not judging you. Just as a collective, most of us said that the song wasn't good. All right, but it's not for all of us to say whether it's good or not. All right, Mimi, it's okay. Bump it, right? I'm sure Lin-Manuel Miranda would love to hear that, right? But the remixes were dope. The remixes were dope. Just like when they remixed Will Smith freestyle. Will Smith's freestyle, when they remixed that, it got dope. His this is the bounce back, that one. Somebody put on Twitter, they put a new beat to it, made it 10 times better. Didn't say it was his verse was crazy, but it was locked in. So a different beat can make things better, right? But I think that he's just getting shoved in front of beats and just told to rap and we'll handle the rest. I think that's where it is, right? And that's egregious, gang. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Listen, it's been fun. It's been fun. And I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Morning 3, we was right on time. And I hope we ain't had no hiccups. I ain't seen nobody in the chat saying it was staticky or was I stuttering the mic, this, that, and the third wasn't going out. I think we had a good episode, gang. I got a new setup, new computer, this, that, and the third. So we just getting better around here, gang. And trust me, I have not stopped the videos. I'm going to get back to regular videos, gang. Okay? They're not done. I'm not going to just be going live all the time. I'm going to do both. It's just been super busy the last 2 days. Last 2 days, I have not been able to sit down and do a video because I've been doing a lot of other things. But I am coming with some new videos. Don't worry. But I am going to be here 5 days a week, at least for no other videos happen. I will be here on the morning show. This is the new morning show, 8 o'clock every weekday morning on your commute, or if you're in the house chilling, it is what it is. I'm going to try to entertain you. I hope you had a good time on this show. All right. And listen, I'm going to be back. I'm just going to keep working, and we got a lot to talk about. All right. I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow, and I hope y'all like the new intro. I'm going to play it on the way out. And listen, it is what it is. head on over to black-yeti.com. They ship all over the continental US. They black owned, so show them some love. Let them know who sent you. And every Wednesday night we go live. We probably be going live tonight on the What Show. Me, TJ, and Fliz. All right, lock in on I got the Patreon up. Over 200 members over there already. You can be a member for free. I post over there. I post a free content and I post subscriber only content. I'm just working, man. All right. So tap in, lock in, let your boy know how you feel about what's going on. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip. Let me see who's in there. Rich B for a while, then I see you. Done deal. Flash Burnt. Poison Ivy, man. Listen, I appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. Let me know what you think about this new intro, all right?
I need the whole left side. Every seat by the window. I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too. Slide your feet over. Everything by this window. I need this. All these seats. Move over. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. Look. He deserve an EGOT, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, lethal weapons, lethal injections through off your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady on the